Hello there, World of Tankers, I'm VIII Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be playing in the king of all derp at Tier 8, the T49. This Tier 8 light tank carries a 152mm gun, capable of dealing 560 on the average, and it's 700 damage, 780 on the high explosive. So pretty dang impressive how high the damage is on this vehicle. If you're a lightly armored target, yeah, you really want to stay clear of this tank. But I also noticed that the 49 actually has two guns mountable on it. It has, of course, the Tier 8 152, but you can also mount a 90mm, the same type of one you'd find on the LEKPZ. So in today's video, I figured, you know what, let's talk about both of the guns on this tank, because if you look, the 90mm actually has some pretty dang good statistics. Decent average damage for its standard. It's got great reload, aiming time, dispersion, something that the 49's really not known for. So in today's video, we're going to be trying out, of course, the 150 in the first battle here to see how it does go, and then of course we're going to be pulling out the 90mm as well. Now I'm going to say right off the bat, I actually do think that if you're a newer player, the 152mm is definitely the lesser of an option, because yeah, it's definitely a fun gun to run, but if you want to grind up the line quicker, you want to get to that Sheridan, the issue is that this isn't necessarily the best gun. This is more like a hit or miss. You're either going to do really well or you're going to do really bad, and you have to know all your penetration values. So just gotta type there. It's still a little hard for me to type, but we're getting it figured out here. I need like a little digital keyboard on this thing, but here we go. Pushing right up to mid, because of course I want a spot for the team. I'm gonna load high explosive, because that way if I do run into anybody, I'm just gonna splash them. Now that is one of the nice things about this tank, is if you can't penetrate the enemy, you just shoot HE. Although there's a good example of what happens. Although, you know what, that charioteer surprised me. He stopped. You know, usually you see those people continue the drive, so I kind of led it ahead of him, but it would have hit him. But sadly, I give that charioteer credit. I hate when tanks stop like that. So we got the 44 off to the side. Thankfully, I've got my teammates here as well. So the main guy I want to hit, oh, not that. Well, you know what, I do want to hit that. Okay, we hit his gun barrel, of course. But you know what, we made him use a repair kit. I really don't want to play with any of these tanks, though. That's a smasher there. We also have that charioteer. And yeah, there's the charioteer. Okay, so we can't hit this. This is a tank that I'm not too worried about. You're going to see here just one little HE, and that is what the 49 is known at doing, just wrecking people's days that don't have a lot of armor. Now that guy, of course, was not running the armor, that little spall liner, so yeah, not necessarily the best move of his point, because he did just get taken out of the game because of that, and we got the smasher right there. They actually really don't have super deadly tank destroyers, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drive straight over. Let's see if we can get a pen right in the lower plate of this 49. Oh, and that was not a 49, but that was also another issue with this tank, as you can see. I even waited for that one to aim in. I was like, you know what, I'll take the shot. We'll make sure this pens, and well, yeah, you can see what happens. So we got the smasher right out in the open here. Let's see if we can get a nice tap into the smasher's lower plate. This one, it should pen. There we go. Okay, so we did pen that. That was quite an easy one at that. He wasn't looking at us too, so pretty nice shot there. And it looks like that smasher's still really not paying full attention to us. You know what, he is. But you know what? I'm stupid. We all know that. So I'm just going to drive straight up here. Let's see if we can get another pen on the smasher. Yes. Okay, so we got another nice tapping on there. Playing a little aggressive, but of course, you got to be aggressive. It is the T49, the king of aggressive lights in the game. So that smasher, he's waiting for us. So I'm not going to try and deal with him right now. We're going to go see if we can maybe get a shot into like this the 44 here. So there we go. Nice little butt shot finishing him off. So we're doing pretty good. I can't complain. We got the 112-2 right off to the side, and the smasher has been taken out. So you can see at the beginning of this game, it was a little bit iffy if we were going to be doing well. It was quite tricky at that. But we've got the WZ right here, and if I can get an HE up the butt of this guy, oh, it's going to hurt him quite a bit. Now, we can't pen the HE butt. That's why we got heat, and there you go. Nice little one for 480 damage, and all that's left is this Helsing. So, yeah, I don't really know what this Helsing's been doing, to be honest, but here we go. Let's see. He's actually a one-shot now for our heat, so let's just let that heat shell aim in on the lower plate, and kaboom! There we go. I'll take it. It wasn't necessarily an average roll, but, you know, we did 3,251 damage. It actually made the tank seem very easy there in the game, but I personally will always choose the damage. Damage, should I say, is always my forte. I just think it's more fun to run this vehicle. What's the point of not running it with the 90mm? But as I said, if you are a newer player grinding down the line, I definitely think that the 90mm is definitely an accurate option, especially because this is kind of out of the way. You actually have to research that, where you have to research the 90mm no matter what to get to the T54E1. So here we go. It looks kind of funky with that 90mm on it, but here we go. Let's that is not the right spot. We got to put some of course, ammunition on it. So we'll do 10 high explosive. I wish that they would give it the kind of HEP that the LEKPZ has, and HEPS actually stands for high explosive plastic. But the first thing that's actually nice is that the penetration. You have 275 millimeters of premium pen. That means that I can actually penetrate enemy opponents that I'm looking at. Apart from, you know, the 49, like if I was up against tier 9s, what am I going to do? A KV4, I can barely even penetrate the side of the guy's turret, let alone the hull. So yeah, I definitely think that this gun is way more reliable. You can actually get decent games out reliably, but what's the point? So here we go. Let's get into some games here. The gun definitely looks weird on the 49. I do think that the 152 is what's meant to be mounted on it, but there we are. Lorraine's going the other side, but I'm going to be pushing my tank right into this bush here. I think that that's a pretty solid spot, especially when you have these more accurate guns, but that aiming time is actually very solid. That's incredible. Okay, so aiming time is great. Dispersion as well, so I didn't actually know the tank was this accurate. So what do they have for mediums? Oh, that's not good. So they got the Vickers CR, they also got the T2064, and of course that one bounced, but thankfully that Vickers got a meaty shell shoved into him there by the Kampfpanzer, so that's definitely good, and there you go, he's getting hit even more, so that's perfect for me, because, yeah, that guy's getting hit quite hard already here, and we've got the T2064, oh gee, we're getting hit by something. That would be the WZ-120 pushing his tank destroyer aggressive. Well, you know what? It is a WZ-120, and he did, you know, take off a quarter of our HP. So that's one issue, is that we are a light tank, and, well, we've got a Kampfpanzer sitting in the bush, so yeah, I don't really know what to do. I'm not going to fight a WZ. Yeah, no thank you. We're going to get away. We weren't detected, which is fantastic for me. So you know what? Let's go. Ooh, yeah, this isn't going well. I would not suggest to stay here. Let's skirt our way around these guys. You know what? You can have fun there, Kampfpanzer. I'm going to go over to this Object 252. That seems a little bit more fun for me. So here we go. Now, the one nice thing is that I think this gun is a little bit lighter, so you actually have better power to weight ratio. But that really doesn't make a huge difference. But we did get away. Of course, that's the nice thing, is that we used our mobility, got out of a super deadly situation very quickly, of course. I don't want to deal with, you know, those super deadly tanks the enemy team has. There we go. Nice little tap into the side of that Vickers CR. We've got that really quick reload. He probably thinks that we're running the big derp gun, which is not good for him. So there we go. Another nice tap into that Vickers. There we go. We're getting at the damages now. And one more nice tap. There we go. So I do think that we would not have been able to do that with the other gun. It would have been I'd say a 50-50 if the first shot hit, but after that, you know, we wouldn't have gotten any other shells into him. So we actually did get our DPM out there, able to shoot into that guy. I don't think we're going to get a shot into you. No, we are not. And this VK100 looks like he did get out of this position pretty dang quickly, and I don't judge him because I would have been running as quickly as possible as well, although he did get a kill. So where did this VK100 go? There he is. Okay, so let's start shoving some shells right in the butt of that VK. Now, of course, with this gun, I actually can penetrate the rear of that VK, and quite easily as well. So there's two nice taps into the VK. Let's see if we can get maybe one more to the side. There we go. Yes, we're getting the damage out here. I was kind of missing what I was trying to say there, if you're wondering why I kind of stuttered. But, you know what? Again, I can't complain. We're getting out damage here. We've got that WZ-120. Look at that. Perfect accuracy. There's no way you could have done that with the 152. So, my personal opinion is I actually don't mind this gun. I think that if you want to use this tank with this gun, go ahead, because it's not bad. Now, of course, the 150 is more exciting for me. I think that not only is it just a way more engaging gun, you know, it's the whole reason the 49 is the 49, but I just think it's a more enjoyable experience. However, as I said, if you're going down the line to grind out the tanks here, like this Luva, I'm not going to be able to pen this guy with my standard here, so I'm just going to load the premium here, and he messed up his HE, so I can just pen him with premium shells right in the front. There you go. Well, you know what? We're not going to talk about that shot. That was not one that we're going to talk about here. But you know what? We're going to use our mobility. Okay, what is up with you, Wargaming? Alright, let's try and use our mobility here. Let's just get to the side of him. He's not a spectacular player, as we can see. So, we got the side of him. It's fine. I'm just kind of weirded out that second shot bounced. But there you go. Got the shell in. And again, you can see that it was a pretty solid game. It wasn't as much damage, but of course we also didn't really have the ability. It was more tier 9s, very deadly tanks at that. But still, 2,296 damage is nothing to be ashamed of, especially for the 90mm. So I think that both guns for this vehicle are actually pretty solid, and as I said, if you're grinding down the line, I would definitely suggest to use this gun, especially if you're newer to the game. It's more reliable, it's got the premium pen. I easily can get through tier 9 opponents like E75's lower plate, where, yeah, T49, good luck. Also, you don't lose credits with this gun. That's one thing that a lot of people hate about the 49, is you're constantly losing credits with the high explosive. In fact, you'll notice that my 49 is permanently enriched. You don't lose credits with the other gun because you don't really need to shoot heat all the time. So let me know what you guys guys think in the comments down below, if you agree with me or you disagree. But, of course, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to smash that subscribe button down below. Other than that, I hope you're all doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.